everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and this is not going to be a plan with me this week. I'm going to sit down and chit chat with you guys a little bit and try not to cry on this video. It's just a little bit, I'm still kind of in shock about it. So I didn't do a plan with me this week. I got derailed midway through last week. My mom called me really late one night and told me that my Aunt Rhonda had passed away, and I'm just devastated over this. It was a complete and total shock. I didn't know at the time like what had happened. Apparently she had kind of gone missing. She didn't show up for a family event, and then they didn't hear from her. Everybody was calling her and trying to leave her messages, and this was like a few days in the making. And then finally her cousin went to her house and found her, and it's just really shocking, really devastating. They think it was some sort of natural causes, not foul play or self-inflicted. I don't want to say certain words just because, you know, it can upset people, and this already is going to upset people just thinking about it, but it just really put a lot in perspective. It's just, I'm still shocked that she's gone because we just spent the whole dance weekend with her in Dallas, and it's just really hard to process. So I'm still processing it. I'm still like, I haven't even begun to process it at this point because it's just happened a little bit less than a week ago at this point, like of me filming this. And I don't have it in me to plan. I don't have it in me to do anything but just like sit in my thoughts and think about things. And we did end up telling Olivia. Stella obviously doesn't understand, she's only 2, but Olivia really loved Aunt Rhonda, and it was a hard conversation to have. And I think that's what, like, I mean, obviously I'm sad for me too, because she was a big part of my life. You know, I grew up with a single mother, and this was my single mother's best friend since elementary school. They've been friends for decades. And so this person, you know, was very special to me, was in my life, and was a big part of me growing up. And I'm pausing so I don't cry because I really just don't want to cry on camera especially, but it was just really hard, and still really hard. Like, it's only been a week, and it's just something that is going to take time. And I think this is like the closest I've experienced to losing a parent, because she was like a bonus parent for me. Same with my other aunt and my 2 uncles. Like, they helped raise me. My cousins and I all grew up together, and they helped raise me, and they're like my bonus parents. And so I think I have maybe a little closer relationship to them than maybe some families do to their aunts and uncles and cousins. Like, my cousins were kind of like my sisters growing up, because I was just me and my mom. Aunt Rhonda was a very important part of my life, and it was really hard to hear the news and to hear, you know, the couple of days search and things, and it really just puts everything in perspective. So like, the stickers and the paper, like, doesn't mean as much to me in this current moment when I'm thinking about, you know, real life things. And so I kind of put this down to the side, and I was already kind of lacking a little bit of motivation anyway, and this gave me a good time to pause and breathe and think about what I want to do with my planning here on out. Like, I'm still using the daily planner to write down my to-do lists and things, but I'm just not in the same headspace as I was like at the beginning of the year. It's been kind of a rough couple months. We all had COVID, birthday whirlwind, Olivia started every sport. And so it's like, it's been kind of go, and dance season started, and it's just been a lot. So I'm just trying to sit in the moments and process things. While I'm doing that, I ended up holding this one up specifically because I am a member of the Club Moxie thing, which is like a group life coaching type of thing. And the topic for March is motivation. So I'm really starting to dive into that. I'm doing the training thing, which is a video. You can watch it live or you can watch it later, and I'm watching it later. And I'm going to be going through that, going through the workbook, and trying to get my motivation back for it. I feel like it'll be a good thing to get my mind off of the sadness, but I feel like that's just where I need to go right now. So I don't have a plan with me because of this. I'm going to be really just digging into that and trying to find the motivation and get back into it. Maybe in a couple of weeks. I don't know that I'm going to have a plan with me next week, just because I'm not going to hold myself accountable to that right now. It's just not where my mind is right now. So I wanted to just fill you guys in on things that happen. I'm going to be filming one other video today, but I wanted to give you guys an update because Monday is usually my plan with me day, and that's just not happening this week. I just wanted to put this together for you guys. Aunt Rhonda was in a couple of vlogs, like really way back when it was just Olivia, Johnny, and me. I think one Vlogmas she came to visit, and she was in a couple of clips. It's just one of those things that life's too short. She was only 61, so I know that it just, you know, things happen and you just have to kind of roll with it sometimes, and it really puts things in perspective for me. Like, I've been on this health journey and now I'm like, now more than ever, I want to be as healthy as possible because I want to live forever. And that's part of the motivation now too, is like, I know things can happen and you can't always control everything, but from what I can control about health, I want to control. So I'm really trying to take it more seriously. There for a while, I wasn't really keeping track. I wasn't really all into the fitness and health journey. I'm definitely back all 100% committed to that. Now more than ever, it feels really important to take care of myself. So we're on the fitness journey. We're pushing full steam ahead for the home gym so that Johnny can start working out with me and doing the weightlifting that he's just dreamed of this. We got together when we were 17, so he was talking about like one of his neighbors who weightlift, and he thought it was really cool, and we just never pulled the trigger and set up any sort of weight system. And it's the time, like now's the time, especially now after this. I'm like, it's time to get in shape, get healthy, make our hearts as healthy as possible, just try to do the best that we can. It just makes me want to hug everyone tighter, and it's just one of those hard things of life. And that was the hardest part for me, like going full circle, going back to something I was saying, but I don't think I even finished my thought because I was about to lose it. But one of the hardest things for me was telling Olivia, because that's just something I remember. I remember my granny passing away when I was a little kid, and I don't think I was 7. I think I was maybe a little bit older than that, but it was traumatic. It was shocking and something that like lives with you forever. First family member that you remember dying, that's a serious thing. And so it was just really hard for me to break that news to her. And I think she understood it in a certain way because she understands about death and dying. Like, she's asked questions and she understands the concept, but she's never known anybody who died. So that part's been like, I don't think it's really sunk in. She's asked me a few questions here and there, but it's really gonna sink in when we go back to Dallas for another competition. We're supposed to go back, and she had already taken the time off from work, and we were supposed to spend that weekend with her. And I was thinking, you know, because the other one, it seemed like really short, and I thought we would take a couple extra days and spend with her. So yeah, when all that doesn't happen, when we go to Dallas for the competition and we don't visit with her, that's when it's really gonna sink into Olivia. So yeah, that was the hardest part, is like taking away part of her childhood. Like, you know, like part of it's now a little bit gone, and as she gets older, you know, more will go away, but that one was a big one. You know, I remember, and I have like flashback memories of my granny, but I don't remember her all that much. And I think it's going to be the same with Olivia. She's going to remember Aunt Rhonda a little bit, but over time, those memories are going to be smaller and smaller. So anyway, before I cry too much, before I absolutely lose it, I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to fill you guys in on what's been going on. I'm still way backlogged on videos. I really get gung-ho, film a ton, and don't get them all posted. So you'll still see videos popping up. Pretty much the plan is 3 days a week continuing, but I'm just not filming a whole lot, even though today I'm gonna sit down and film at least one other video, possibly 2. So you'll see me like in the same sweater, which, by the way, Peloton sweater, I ended up buying some things on sale, not using credits, like using my own money. It's the first time I've ever done that with Peloton stuff, but the deals were so good, and I really wanted a couple more sweaters to add into my wardrobe because I live in athleisure now. But this one's super duper cute. I really like it. I'm wearing it with those teal Beyond Yoga leggings from Peloton, and I will do a haul. I don't know that I'm doing it today. Now I'm just rambling at this point, but I have 2 other videos I want to film hopefully today, if I can reel it in and get those videos filmed. But that is it. I hope you guys are well. Hug your loved ones, hug them really tight, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.